What's up, YouTubers? Well, I'm in the country. This is what's going on. It's kind of hard right now. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. Everybody's telling me how to make money. You know how to do animation. I even went to freelance. Not freelance. What was it called? Remote jobs. Where I can work at home. I'm trying to do anything right now. I'm a electrician. I've been an electrician for like 30 something years. I've been running jobs and stuff, and my body just can't take it anymore. But somehow the government feels that I shouldn't. I'm well enough to work, if you would sit there and call it that. Which also is kind of hard because I live out in the country. Up here in South Carolina. See, it's country. It's country. And the crazy part about it is, anytime I go to a job or something like that, I usually have to commute. Before I got hurt, I used to sit there and work on the road, so the commute wasn't a problem. But I was just never home in the country. I usually was on the road a lot, doing electrical work and stuff. And I've been trying to sit there and figure out what to do with myself now that I can't really do the jobs because my knees and stuff, my legs get swollen. I can't be on that concrete long, and I have to climb ladders to sit there and inspect people's work and check out what they're doing and stuff. And my body just can't take it anymore, kind of like that. So I'm trying to find an avenue to generate more income, which is kind of hard being out here in the country because everything is a hike. To go to Walmart's like 45 minutes an hour. You know what I'm saying? Either direction. The store is like about 20 minutes. I have to ride to town to get to the store. Most of the stores close about 10, 11 o'clock at night. So basically everything's shut down after 10, 11 o'clock at night. Sundays is even non-existent. And in this whole ball of wax, I'm trying to figure out how to make money and not have to get back to commuting for a job like I used to do. It's something else. But I'm willing to try anything different, anything new. Like I said, I was doing a lot of things on looking on YouTube. I sit there and apply for a couple of those satellite jobs to no avail. Didn't get any response back on any of those yet. Um, so I do little side hustle jobs here and there just to make things happen and stuff like that. Because we got the bills never stop. You know what I'm saying? But still trying to keep things moving. So that's number one. It's not, what I'm saying, when you deal in electrical work as long as I have, you realize growing up from the era that I grew up in, there's not a lot of benefits that was given to us in electrical work. I think people just really started getting benefits in electrical jobs probably in the last, 10 years. Benefits started coming in a little bit more active and stuff in the industry. So, kudos to the people who are doing it now because it has gotten better. I just grew up in the era where it wasn't as good, where it was it's hard. You know what I'm saying? They only gave you a check, you didn't get any what I'm saying, medical or anything like that. You just basically was SOL. But other than that, everything has been it's been up and down. But I'm right now open to try new jobs and what I'm saying, new ideas to try to come up. So I figured that I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to document my journey. Kind of let you guys know a little bit more about me through my journey of coming up. I'm gonna try some of this YouTube stuff that everybody's talking about, how they're making this kind of money and that kind of money. I'm gonna try some of the animated stuff. I'm gonna try some of everything. You know what I'm saying? Any ideas that you guys might have to sit there and I can throw out there and try. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. Because the whole bottom line here is to come up. It's not to sit here and be complacent and be lazy and just basically just dig a hole and die, bury myself. So but keep in mind, I am in the country. I don't have the opportunities we have in the city. So and that's problem number one. And then when you're broke, gas and everything else is no joke, especially when you're out here. Because now gas is even more so because we don't have Uber and all that running around here like in the city and stuff like that. Just to get around, and then all that costs a lot of money. So can't really do that either, not to that point. But other than that, everything else is pretty much what it is. But as you can see, this is the country. This is South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out some new course of action. Matter of fact, I was looking at the videos, making the animated videos with AI, which is real good. But then when I started going on the sites with that, because I went through a couple of YouTube channels, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shout outs for a lot of guys can help me, you know what I'm saying? They showed me a lot of free things, you know what I'm saying, that I can, you know what I'm saying, free sites that I can go on, free apps that I can use. But come to find out, the apps are not free. You got to pay for, well, they give you a certain amount of credits or a certain amount of work you can only do. And if you're going to go beyond that point, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay. So I thought about an eBay business as well, but all startups takes money, and I don't have the money for the startup right now. Right now, I'm really trying to sit there and figure out how to get my feet back planted on the ground, because I did, the one thing is I took what I had and poured it into what I got right now. So what I'm saying, with the help of my brother, and look, I got a strong support system with him. You know what I'm saying? All these things have has kept me afloat. Thank God that, what I'm saying, my place is paid for. What I'm saying, my vehicles are paid for, but they still break. The house still needs repairs, still need things done. So money has to be a constant generation. That's just the bottom line. Um, but I was looking at some things. I see a lot of people with YouTube channels and stuff like that, and they're talking about how they're making so much money doing this and so much money doing that. I still haven't grasped my mind quite around this whole money thing with the YouTube thing. But at the end of the day, I'm game for any type of work I can get into right now. So I'm giving this a try. I'm gonna give this a try and see exactly where it takes that. Now I hope that I can take you guys on the journey with me. I got a couple of things that I've started. I have a patent for a tool. When I was working as an electrician, I came up with a pair of side cutters that you can use like a hammer as well. Because if anybody who's been in our trade knows that if your side cutters get broke because you use them as a hammer, you void the warranty on them, so they're no good. They're not supposed to be used like that. But so I came up with a patent on a tool that saying that I can use it as a hammer as well. The only problem with that is finding the right people, getting the right funding, just to get that taken care of. I came up with the money a while back when I was working, and I had this idea rolling and stuff to get the prototype made. The prototype cost like $8,000, and that was like, whoa, but I had to have it done because I thought that was going to be the key. As long as people could see it's actually a working product, then it would work. But people are more good with an idea once you've worked it. You know what I'm saying? They can see it. They can understand the benefits of it. They can understand the value in it. But now it comes the problem of getting them produced, mass produced, to actually get them out there to get done. I don't have the connections for that. I don't have the people for that. You know what I'm saying? All the people I know are working people. I've always been the worker. You know what I'm saying? Superintendent. Yeah, I shook hands with owners and stuff, but never sat on the boat with the owners and actually got to know them. You know what I'm saying? In the company, I got to know the owner of my company, but they're on the same token also. They're only thinking about Their bottom line has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, with losing. Well, I wouldn't say losing money, but it has nothing to do with putting money in when they're trying to make money. You know, it's hard to get people to invest money when they're trying to make money. And you got to understand there's levels to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because he's the owner of an electrical company, he's bringing in like 8, 10 million, $12 million a year. You know, that's really nothing because after you go through all the cost of everything has to be paid and all this other stuff, now all of a sudden that money dwindles down. They don't have $1 million or say 150, $200,000 to invest in an idea when, you know what I'm saying, they got a business that has to keep going. They have to keep money stacked back just for rainy days because the business is treacherous. You know what I'm saying? You could do good 10 years, then end up losing your whole business on one job. You know what I'm saying? They put liens on your job because something's behind, and now they can't open on time. It's a mess. I personally, I do electrical work, but I can't fathom the pressure of having to go through that every single job. Like every single job is like your last job if you're not careful. You know, so I looked into that. You know, it's hard to get me on like data programming jobs. You know, I worked on computers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Had to sit there and file sheets, spreadsheets. Had to sit there and turn in time. You know what I'm saying? Keep up with things, do ordering of supplies and all this other stuff. So I'm pretty good with saying organizing things as far as keeping the job together. But when I put that on a resume or application, a lot of companies don't equate that to management on their side of it. They just look at it like, oh, well, yours construction. Construction is totally different. When yes and no, it's different because it's a lot of hands on, but then I have to turn around and make sure this job keeps going. So you know, it has its peaks and valleys. But you know, like I said, this is the start. This is the start of the whole process. And I want you to be with me to see this work. And, you know, I'm tired of hearing people telling me, well, this is what you have to do. This is what I've done to make this type of money. This is what I can do to sit there and show you how you can do this, you know, and that's all good and dandy. But you know how many times people sit there and throw a flag out there for you and, you know what I'm saying, they skip a lot of things kind of like, well, this is what I did, but they don't tell you they had to hook up, or they don't tell you they knew somebody who could get them in. They just tell you this is what I did to get in. Like anybody can do it. No, no, everybody can't do it because everybody doesn't have your networking or your you know what I'm saying, or your platform in order to make things happen. You know, I'm one of these people who don't have that. You know, I don't have anybody in my family who's rich. You know what I'm saying? As rich as we get, I'll say the richest person in my family right now probably makes about 400,000 or 500,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? That's the richest person. That's the one we look into like, oh, he's really doing it. And you know that's sad. That's really sad because technically, honestly, it's not really doing it. But you know, it's doing it better than I am doing it. So I can't complain. It would never would complain on things like that. But I just want you guys. I just want to start day one with you guys to let you know this is the journey that we're about to take, and I want to take somebody with me. I want to document the journey. I want to sit there and people to see the process. Um, Thinking about what I'm gonna try tomorrow. Well, I got about two other companies I'm going to apply for online. Um, I think one of them was I think it was something. It's almost like proofread. I think it was what it was. Yeah, proofread.com. I'm going to try with those. Them they give you a little cycle test you have to take. I guess it tells you if you know how to pronunciate words properly or if you're going to put things in the proper context and stuff like that. So I'm going to try with that tomorrow. See what's up with that. Probably later on this evening. Probably just go ahead and fill out because it's online. Just I kind of got myself from the way I've been working. I put myself in a I set myself um what do you call it? I would say I'm not gonna say goals. I would say more or less I have certain things that I want to get done at certain times. I try not to overload myself with that, even though I have time to do something. But usually I don't have all my time focused on something because while I'm in the middle of something else come up. So I try to block out lots of time to do certain things so that I can say, okay, boom, I'll cut my phone off and do certain things where I'm not getting bothered, or I'll cut my ringer off or something like that, and I'll check it out after I get done. But these are the times I got a lot to get work done. It's just kind of like how I used to do on the job. I got these times, it's a lot for this and that for that. If I got something else I'm going to do, we'll probably get it done today. But I much rather start it in the morning because a lot of people work better in the mornings than in the evenings. In the evenings, everybody's thinking about going home and getting up out of here and, and relaxing and, getting back into their self. So I kind of try to calm that part down and try to sit there and be more attentive that way. But I'm trying to see right now exactly what's the best ground to start. But that's what the next goal is because my life is going to change, and it's going to change before our eyes. Not only mine, but I hope it changes before your eyes. I want to sit there and see the change. I want to see the progression. So I want to document it. And I need help. I would like for you people who are watching to actually give me advice, or give me some input. I take advice. I have no problem with anybody giving me advice. It's up to me to use it. So, So I won't turn down the advice, but I'll listen to it. Okay, if it's helpful, I'll use it. If it's not, I thank you for it anyway because just because you gave me advice I didn't use today don't mean I won't take your advice tomorrow. But I'm not going to shoot your advice down today and then all of a sudden you feel like you're not going to give me advice tomorrow because I'm not listening to you anyway. And I don't want that because that's how you lose out on a lot of things. A lot of people lose out on a lot of things because they quickly dismiss a person when they try to tell them something because they think they already know what the person's going to say. And the crazy part about that is usually the person might say something they didn't thought of in the middle of that. You know how many times that a lot of people say, they say, oh, I already know. And I'm like, well, what do you know? And then they'll tell me, and I'm like, oh, see, that's not what I was about to say. Oh, they're like, oh. So what you going to say now? If I just shut down when they said that, then they wouldn't have heard what I had to say. And now that's a message that was not, it was supposed to be received. It never got received. So I try to work on that. But back to the root of the whole situation. Time to get paid, yo. Time to get paid. Can we get paid? I'm trying to get paid. You feel me? I want to get paid. So I'm going to work on it. We're going to figure it out together. I'm a comedian. I'm a clown. Just right now, it's just a serious moment because this is first my first video, and I'm trying to get into the feel of it because I'm not really comfortable with it, but I am, but I'm not. So I'm not used to opening myself up to people, opening myself up to people I don't know. But this is all part of the transformation. This is all part of the Phoenix. You got to, in order to see things you never seen before, you got to do things you never done before. And that's the goal. That's the process. And like I said, hopefully I can invite you guys to go with this journey with me, help me with this journey, guide me on this journey, give me input on this journey. I know some people going to have negative things to say. Negativity never hurt me at all because, I take it as a grain of salt. Everybody can be negative. But you know what I'm saying? It's how what you do with the negativity that matters. If I was this person that fall back, the moment somebody says something negative, I wouldn't even be on this area. I wouldn't be on this camera. I wouldn't be here talking to you today. So We're gonna sit there and try tomorrow. I'm gonna see after I fill out this application tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you what was all on it, and I'm gonna sit there and tell you if it was bullshit. Excuse me, if it was bull or what it was. But we will sit there and know what's going on with this first company. And if I come up with anything else, I'm gonna tell you that I did this as well. So we can sit there and put it together. But every day we're gonna get together and we're gonna come up with plans to sit there and make things work. And we're gonna see if we can generate this money that everybody's talking about on YouTube. How they can just generate money and this how you do it and how you help. No, I want to sit there and walk through it with you. I want to actually live the struggle, not the person telling me, "Oh, this is all you got to do." No, we're gonna do it together and see what happens. Love you. Talk to you later.